Hi, and welcome to St. Louis Park today. I'm St. Louis Park Community Editor for the Sun Sailor, Seth Rowe. Today I'm going to just try to ad-lib a little bit about some of the things that are going on in St. Louis Park. Well, first of all, I'm kind of still learning this technology a little bit. I just recorded about a 5-minute segment just before this and found out I'd hit the wrong button and it wasn't recording at all. So we're all just kind of learning together here. But thanks again for joining me. I was just going to talk to you a little bit today about the fire station plan for the city, and I've written about this a little bit, but there is a new key development here. And the plan is, of course, that they're going to be replacing the 2 fire stations in town. There's a northern one at Louisiana and Cedar Lake Road, roughly, and a southern one at Wooddale Avenue and Highway 100, basically right next to Aldersgate. Well, the problem is that they are not really able to accommodate the large fire trucks anymore, the officials say, and right now they're kind of propped up with big steel beams keeping the trucks from falling through the floor. But they say there's only a few years until these beams deteriorate, and you've got some big problems there. There's also a matter of the size of the facilities themselves, and also with the accommodations, because there really aren't accommodations for the female firefighters, is what they've said, and they have that is a consideration now for the department that they didn't have when those facilities were built way back when. Well, the news is that they've decided that they will keep the northern fire station location in its current place. There was talk about putting it in the back or as part of Eliot School, just down Cedar Lake Road a little bit, which is a school owned by the St. Louis Park School District that is leased out to various groups, including like the French Academy of Minnesota is kind of a prominent tenant there. And so some of the neighborhood people didn't much care for the idea of having that fire station in that building, or in that location at least, and some of the people who use the Eliot School now, of course, didn't much care for the idea. So what they're looking at now is it would be a little bigger, and they're looking at building into the neighboring park at Louisiana and Cedar Lake Road, and just kind of using that space, and that's what the council talked about at a work session, and that's what they're kind of planning on doing. Now there's a whole series of events that have to happen before they can do any of this, and the first is that they will be adding on to the Municipal Service Center on Oxford near Methodist Hospital. Now they have to do that because there are public works employees at Fire Station 1 that need to be moved there before they can tear down Fire Station 1 and rebuild it. And the firefighters of Fire Station 1 have to use the Municipal Service Center as a temporary fire station while Fire Station 1 is being rebuilt. So that's the thing that they're going to work on first, and once they get that expansion done, then they can rebuild Fire Station 1, and then when they're done with that, they can rebuild Fire Station 2, and of course the Fire Station 2 folks can use other facilities then for their base. So it's a whole process that's kind of going on now, and they've kind of got in motion the first steps, which is to have the Municipal Service Center rebuilt, or not so much rebuilt but added onto and kind of remodeled, and also the plan for what they're gonna do with the new fire station locations. They've already bought a couple houses, I think 3 by the Fire Station 1 that they plan on tearing down, and that would facilitate that expansion, and they would also go into the park in that area as well. So that's kind of the latest on that. One of the other issues that's kind of going on is that the St. Louis Park emergency program has moved to the Edgewood Industrial Park, and the city has already started getting rid of that city-owned building that they had on the corner there of Highway 7 and Wooddale Avenue. And the idea there is they want to have a new interchange rather than a signalized intersection at 7 and Wooddale, and that will help students and other people using Central Community Center, Park Spanish Immersion School, and the senior high get across that busy state highway and safely, as well as help with the traffic. And you know that there's a lot of plans for that area with light rail, multi-family housing that's already starting to go in and so forth. So that's kind of the big infrastructure update. Of course, I should say with the interchange, that's dependent on them receiving funds for all of that, and they're hoping to get federal stimulus money for the project. They don't know yet for sure whether they'll be getting it. There are some encouraging signs from the city's perspective, but they'll have to wait and make sure. But they are planning on starting that project in the spring, and of course, like I said, they already have started working on that building. Well, that's the update on things around St. Louis Park for today. I'll be right back after this with the weather.
Discover a career with endless opportunities. Become a top industry professional in only 12 months, preparing you for the top salons. Change your life. Students and educators committed to excellence in cosmetology arts, the Salon Professional Academy.
Welcome back. Seth Rowe here with the weather. Again, it's a cold one today. A high of just 27 is what Weather Underground has on their forecast, with a low of 18 and partly cloudy skies. Tomorrow, though, it's looking a little more typical with a high of 40 and a low of 20. Sunday could get up to 45, so that's a little more reasonable. But another shot of winter right here tonight, and kind of eking out a little bit into tomorrow too. So hang in there. You know, it is spring, and we can expect eventually we should get some decent weather. Well, for St. Louis Park today, I'm Seth Rowe, and thanks again for watching.